Hello everyone, welcome to the commentary of my video. I wanted to start this out with some good quotes. These are actually about PTSD after a sexual assault, but they still ring true. They're great quotes. I wanted to start this out with just a very simple title sequence, nothing major. Starts out my day like every other day. When my kids are in school. They weren't during this, so I just made it look like they were. Waking up with my CPAP. Originally, this was supposed to be done. The opening was going to be in a psychiatrist's office. It was a pain to find a place to actually do it in, and it was a pain to work around my sister's schedule, who I wanted to play the psychiatrist's part.
Have a good day at work.
Very typical of every morning. Usually I do wake up after my wife goes to work, although it depends. She has a weird schedule sometimes. She works as a nurse, so. Pills. Glorious pills. I take 30 a day, roughly. It depends. Some days are better than others. And that is my breakfast every morning. And a couple cups of coffee. I don't usually have anything else. And there's some of my other medical machines sitting there.
Get ready for school so I can drive you there.
My kids look so enthusiastic, don't they? Super enthusiastic. They like to play around in my videos. They always want to be in them. I wanted to do some exterior shots to break up the monotony of the interior shots because, hey, I like my car. My wife likes her car. I love my house. And we have great scenery. And yeah, this is pretty typical of what happened when I developed PTSD. There's a lot of TV shows and movies that I really can't enjoy anymore. War movies, obviously, some science fiction movies. That's one of the things that bothers me. I can't watch a lot of stuff. That was Hacksaw Ridge. It took me like 5 or 6 tries to actually watch it all the way through. So, every so often my wife talks me into trying to watch one. And that was supposed to be another scene taking more pills. But I figured, we get the point. I take a bunch of pills. I wanted to actually have a part where I had them lined up on my dresser like I used to do. Because I take a lot. This scene was actually pretty funny because first off I was watching Farscape there. Weird noises. But my kids, it took a lot of tries to get them to try to act out for this scene. Because they know they're not supposed to, so they didn't do it. It was really hard. And actually, one day when they were eating lunch, just a couple days before this, they started getting loud and, misbehaving, being kids, so. And I was tempted to set up my camera and catch them during that, but they caught me. So I wasn't able to actually naturally film them. So we had to simulate it. And actually, it's kind of funny because a lot of people that commented on this film, nobody seemed to really notice that my wife's hair color and haircut changes from this scene to the next that she's in.
I'm sorry.
She shortens her hair a lot and changes it to kind of a blonde color, so it's funny nobody caught that. She was worried about it, and I was too. We were both worried it was going to get caught. And she wanted to show off her car in the previous little scene, so she likes her little convertible. I used to burn stuff on the stove all the time. That's why that scene's in there. In this scene, a lot of people liked the lighting that I did. And actually, the lighting is just a simple little spotlight from the light kit. I put it on top of my dog's kennel, which is right next to my bed. And I just pointed it straight up, basically. I wanted something dark and foreboding, so that way people can kind of feel the depression that my character's going through at that point. And of course, more pills. Lots of pills. Took me a long time to figure out how to simulate the lightning on this scene. Actually, it was a pain. Figured it out, and it looks good. I mean, it's not great. Could be better, but even if it was perfect, I would probably still say it could be better. This scene just re-emphasizes a lot of the hardships that we had. I used to do this a lot in Georgia. We'd get a really bad thunderstorm, and I'd get up and put my body armor and helmet on and basically try to shoo my wife out of the room.
What's happening?
It's okay, honey. It's just.
I know some of you kind of complained about that buzz in the background, and you can sort of see my fish tanks back there. I disconnected some stuff
What's going on?
so it wouldn't be making noise, but obviously can disconnect everything. That previous shot there, my son actually helped me with, because I tried to do a lot of this myself, and it didn't look right the first few takes that I did, because I wanted the camera to follow
I
us.
deserve to live like this. I'm such a burden.
This is me trying to act. I don't think I'm a very good actor,
You need to calm down.
but I tried. I just didn't know who else to ask to help. Random times again. This was all shot at like 7 p.m. Something like that. You can see the light coming through the windows a little.
I think I'm gonna try to get some
Wasn't
sleep.
sure how to darken those.
Are you okay?
I think I'm okay. You go ahead and get some sleep. You gotta go to work soon.
This scene, I actually wanted to have my gun. I wanted
You need to get some sleep.
my gun in this scene to sort of emphasize
Don't do anything stupid.
certain things, you know, how easy it would have been to take my own life, I guess. But with the requirements to have the gun were just too much. So I decided to just ex-nay the gun and try to get the point across without one. Looking for my gun. Where'd it go? And she did used to move my guns a lot, so that way I couldn't mess with them.
I was just going to clean it.
And I do like to clean my guns. Actually, it's very relaxing, and sharpening my knives. They're both very relaxing to me. I usually try to do stuff like that at least once a month or so. It usually ends up being like once a week. Good old CPAP mask back on. I usually wear an eye mask too, but since I got my sun blocking blinds there, I don't do it anymore. Now this part, a lot of people were mad with the ending from the comments because there was no ending, everybody said. Well, this is the ending I wanted because you try to take it one day at a time. Nothing really changes. You just go one day at a time. You hit the reset button. I love a lot of these statistics. There's a lot of them I actually didn't know about. It's pretty interesting. I didn't want to make it all about the military because obviously there's other folks who suffer from PTSD for other reasons. And of course I wanted to put this National Suicide Prevention Lifeline up because it is important. If you ever need any help, you need to know where to go. I had to use it a couple of times. My wife kind of had my psychiatrist on speed dial there. You have to be willing to reach out. I was difficult about it and didn't want to sometimes. And I may not have been here if it hadn't been for her taking over and doing it for me. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it helps some of you. Thank you.